Oh, WGI 2025 in the books. And I have to say, those two shows that got first and second might be two of the best shows I've seen in a long time. I have my preference on which one I like more, which is probably obvious to anyone listening, but it was a great 2 days, man. I got up Friday lunchtime. It was just awesome.
Yep. Just as a reminder, I was not able to go due to taking a pretty sick trip out west to Zion National Park and Antelope Canyon.
Dude,
But,
some of the pictures you were sending some of us from that are nuts. It's pretty wild. It looks like it was straight out of like it looked fake from like a National Geographic movie or like magazine. I mean, or it's pretty wild. But and you can also see there's a different backdrop for me because there's some work being done in my basement. So if the audio's off a little bit, the video's off a little bit with the lighting, got to do what you got to do sometimes. So hopefully,
Mike was victim to the historic Kentucky flooding. Unfortunately,
dude, we left on Saturday. Well, we don't need to get into that. It just happened.
Anyway.
It sucks. I saved all my stuff, which is all that's important. So we'll get back to normal in a few weeks. But for now, we're watching Rhythm X. This is Aged Out Reacts. We're the two hosts of the Aged Out podcast, Michael Fantini and
Evan Worrell.
Comment, like, subscribe. You know, X was my personal favorite group from this finals weekend, playing and show-wise. But there were many awesome groups, obviously. Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, join button on YouTube, agedoutpodcast.com. Check out the Aged Out Fundamentals playlist. And today's episode is sponsored by Brash Pads. The Alpha Pad they have theirs, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's the best pad I've ever played on. Link to the website in the description. Go check the Alpha Pad out and the other products they have there available and use it to drum to the Fundamentals playlist. I've seen those view counts actually ticking up, so people are using those. So keep doing that.
Some people tagging us. You know,
when you're drumming to it, tag us on Instagram. Let others know they work. Spread the word. Great free tool for anyone that wants to get better or get their hands back in shape. That's what I've been doing. I pick a different one every day. So, all right, we're switching scenes. This is R-Bass 311, Mr. Drumcore Coffee Shop, Robert Martinez. Amazing video. I was out in the semis lot Friday, and him and George just tag teamed this one because they were like, we have to. I mean, they did everybody right, but I think one of them filmed the front, one of them the battery. Great audio. I can't wait to watch this.
They definitely care about the audio and putting these things together, which is awesome.
So much so. So let's hit play and start watching.
Performing their 2025 program, Hands of the Creation. WGI Sport.
And obviously talking to Tim and Ryan about the show too was just cool to be able to watch this show after recording that.
Very much so. Oh, as I shake the whole tiny desk I'm on. So I'll pause for a second right away. One, the add-ins, each marimba at a time, was just impeccable on the floor finals night. But see the hands right here? There's all kinds of little nuance throughout this where hands are just like touching stuff and doing that kind of thing. I didn't notice half of it until Tim and Ryan pointed it out, and now I can't unsee it. It's everywhere. Just little Easter egg things, tiny details that separate the great from the good.
I love how this just like sucks you into. It's just like, I don't know. It's a slow burn.
It builds so well too.
Oh, great. Then they pull the rug out.
And the control out at the edge here. With the quads supporting on the higher drums.
I love the kick out with the leg. Oh, and then the coordination front to back.
So fast on the paired little figures. I'll wait. All right.
Those little micro doses of dynamics. Oof.
I'm going to say this. This is probably my favorite opening statement of a WGI show. Just from the very beginning, one marimba player. The whole build, the drill is just so satisfying from a visual standpoint, the symmetry on the floor, the leg kick out you pointed out, it's so clean. It's fresh. The playing is immaculate. The whole thing is just incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
it's probably
Omar
my
gave
favorite
him
part of the whole show. It's my favorite part of the whole show, hands down.
Omar gave him a perfect in the performance box, 100. I don't know if I've ever seen that. And Chris pointed it out. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen that happen either, which is pretty crazy.
I mean, I was there sitting literally 2 seats over from the effect judges in that middle section, and Chris and I, like, it was me, Chris, Aaron Ferris, and Justin Lewis. We're all sitting in a row, and we just, like, kept looking at each other, waiting for a tick to happen. We're just like, and Chris, at one point, Chris was just like, nothing. So I'm going to rewind because I love that opening statement so much. We're going to, from the very beginning, and then we're going to let it keep going further into the show. But there's not much to say about just it's a full battery moment, too, which a lot of groups I noticed this year, and we'll get into more of this in the post-finals podcast in a few days.
Yeah, we'll save some of that. But
I appreciate the full battery blend and balance so much.
When it's good, it's just so good. You have full battery ensemble, all 4 units playing just.
Come on. There we go. All right. We'll let this all go through and we'll let it keep going, and we'll.
Is proud to present Rhythm X.
I'm going to check one thing. All right. I was checking the stable volume thing George yells at us about. It's off. Don't worry, George.
I'm going to end here with just the speed burst. The 6 tuplets.
So powerful.
Just the bass support on there. There's built so much intrigue too.
Mm-hmm. There's so many peaks and valleys musically throughout the whole show,
Little rubato.
dynamically speaking.
I love watching keyboards from this view.
Mm-hmm.
You just get so much more motion.
It's very similar to watching a snare line down the side or quads.
Little permutations.
Oof. Great inner mallet work with the velocity and speed, tempo, hand speed.
Tons of reattacks.
They're just like bending time at the faster to slower rhythms like crazy so well. Great singles.
Independence with the hands. The nod.
Yep.
Great. They kind of layer the double stops with the unisons.
Yeah.
So much environmental change.
Dude, they're shifting their body angle that whole moment so much. Great threes control.
Ooh, and then the open roll all the way down with the fast speedo at the gut.
Dude, all right, we're gonna do that again. Where's my
Dude.
mouse?
Yeah, that little.
Just Just the decrescendo duple roll into the 7-stroke, right at the edge. Just so tasty.
Beep.
Good placement of the lefts. While turning around, body angles, just great control.
Good matching of weight from player to player.
Mm-hmm.
Full keyboard. That was a funky rhythm.
Oh, marimba's passing over to the vibes to finish the phrase.
Smooth. Great add-in too.
How many lefts in a row is that? Has anyone figured, is it like 10? So here's my question. I'll back up and we'll get the whole snare feature here in a second again. One, super impressive that you can play that many on the same hand that fast and just like have the right hand pressure to be able to just have it go all the way down. I wonder if that's, I guarantee that was a different number of notes every time you played it. It was just like, here's how much space, like a dotted quarter note, and you're going to fit as many you can get out. I'm sure it got pretty consistent as he rehearsed it more. It was almost, but I bet like that's what it was.
There may have been a day where it's like, oh, that was probably 6. That was probably 5.
I think it was like 10. I think it's way more than 5 or 6.
I do love too how they do the buzzes. It kind of matches the note change and the pitch change with the vibes too.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the buzzes on the different areas and timbres of the drum. Right here.
It's like 8 at least.
Sheesh.
So that demonstrates right there something that I talked to people I was at finals with about with X specifically. And so many phrases require so much push and energy in like the dense part of that snare phrase. Then you have to literally immediately take the foot off the gas and maintain that relaxation and control to not have the same energy for just those like 5/8 note decrescendo left hand flams they played at the end of it. They got like a quarter note space and they're back relaxed again. It's the whole thing is just controlled energy the whole show.
There's lots of manipulation with the fulcrums, with the grip pressures, the wrist, whether you're using front, back of the hand.
And it goes for the whole show too. And I'll talk more about that at the end of it when we discuss like what I thought at the end of their finals run, but we'll let this keep going for now.
These buzz presses are nasty.
Because they are, and I started the video right on them, they're like within those 16th note, just singles figures.
Yeah, dude. They're just going back and forth from hand to hand, moving in and out of them.
I don't think I ever noticed that until you pointed that out before we started recording.
Little ghost strokes. The blend between the flat line. Oh, just open it up.
That right there, fast roll into relaxation with the energy still needed to crescendo the right hand flams, just up and down so much.
was.
Is it a backstick in the middle of that? Hold on. I've missed so much of this. Because there was no videos all season. I don't know what's all's in here. I might have just been seeing stuff. We'll see.
I don't think so. I didn't catch that, but maybe there was.
No, it wasn't. Okay, never mind.
No.
I don't know what I'm doing. There's one. I want to hear that again. There we go.
Ooh.
The edge. The last part of that phrase, edge to center.
Great hand-to-hand to finish. Oh, so much dynamics in there.
Great. Oh, the snare add-in over top of the quads on the single, just sneaking in there. Man, that was so well done. You know what I'm talking about? The snares turned around
where the
and
quad started it.
You didn't even hear the snare attack. It was so blended with what the quads were doing, and they slowly just crescendoed and snuck into the sound texture. Nuts.
Great. Vibe transition here.
Come on.
Yeah, dude, they're just freaking good.
Go ahead.
Might be one of the best playing X ensembles of all time, up there.
Up there with 08?
So. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 08 was good, but I just don't think they were playing. I don't think they were playing quite
Watch
the
out.
demand.
Father Chops will get mad. That's an inside joke. Sorry, everybody.
Care, I know that 08 book. I can play that. I can play that 08.
I know it was all positive praise here, but it's the end of the season. I feel like we need to react to RCC again now too, to be fair. Watch them at the end too. I'm down. We might do that.
We might get that. We might get that chance.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Yeah. So
more info to come on that, what he's alluding to. But
yeah.
No, X was my favorite show. What I was talking about earlier that I said I'd finish the thought on when they were done was there was a level of controlled energy that you rarely see on, like, they were all so, I think Jared Thomas said this in a text with us when I sent a clip of something I took this weekend. He just had dialed in.
Yeah.
They were there, they were all business, they were performing their butts off, but it wasn't too much. No one lost their cool and got wrapped up into the moment or gave into the pressure. Like the last phrase where the batteries, like I think they have crescendo singles, the last big notes, you know their adrenaline's going nuts. And I'm sitting there watching and I'm like, the level of we mean business still on their faces. Everybody was so under control still and just muscle memory and just there to do the job. And then as soon as they hit the last note, you saw it all like release. They're yelling at the crowd and stuff and just like, some of them probably blacked out for that. Like where they don't remember the performance. Like that level of flow state would not shock me if some of them were like, we started and then we were done and we were yelling and screaming at each other.
Will Ferrell in old school. I blacked out. I don't know what just happened.
All right.
Amazing.
X was great. My favorite show. I think they were the best playing ensemble. The judges thought they were the best playing ensemble if you look at the recap. So there you go. Not saying anything crazy. You got anything else?
Nope.
Right.
It's great. Although I did just like jump because there's a big bolt of lightning, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily we're done. So we'll wrap this up now. Comment, like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, join button on YouTube, agedoutpodcast.com, Fundamentals, drum every day. I pick a different one every single day, 15 minutes. Great for your hands. Whoa.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Dude, that scared me, honestly.
That's staying in the video. So before Evan's power goes out, we will... Oh, Brash Drums, Alpha Pad, link in the description. We'll see everybody in the next one.
Peace.